Welcome to Altcoin Daily with Bitcoin Gorilla. Today is January 1st, 2022, and I have chosen to use today to break down and tell you more about OGN. So, in this analysis, I'm going to go further than my last video on OGN to even tell you the story origin of OGN and why I feel it is going to be one of the most important altcoin in the crypto community in 2022, and it is currently underrated. And this is why, if you don't have it, you want to stick by and see why I'm making these claims, because I'll be breaking down this chart using simple price action, drawing my chart from scratch with no indicators allowed. So if you're new to technical analysis, you want to stick by, because you're going to understand every aspect of what I'll be predicting after explaining to you why I think OGM is going to see demand or rise in such in price. I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. If you end up liking my analysis and strategy, give me a thumbs up, so and also subscribe so that you'll be notified when next I post. But before I start, how will I even start without introducing you to who I am or my family? I am Bitcoin Gorilla and my family is Macavelli Traders, where we believe in cutting losses short with simple price action. So when you come into Macavelli Traders, I'm going to train you for 3 months intensive training on how to trade the crypto market. Hello, I am a high leverage trader. I trade 125x, and that is where my name comes from. And this is the reason why, for you to be able to trade live with me, you must go through that intensive training for 3 months. Now, these 3 months will teach you how to start reading chart like a pro and how to trade it with no liquidations or FOMO or fear. There will be no more FOMO or fears in your tradings anymore, and you become consistent in your winning of profit. Now, access into Macavelli Traders is only open 3 times in a year: January, May, and October. So access will be opening by 3rd of January. That is 2 days countdown already. It's a countdown. The door to Macavelli Traders will be open, and you will have access to trade with me for a lifetime. Now, mind you, don't get scammed out here. Makaveli Traders is only one-time payment for a lifetime access, and there's so much goodies that comes with this lifetime assets. Aside from trading with me sharing my entries, my entries, my targets, my stop loss, and whatever I do with you. Remember, I do not give signals and I don't support signals. I am here to teach you to become your own independent trader, just like me and every other person in Makaveli Traders. You'll be able to read this chart and make predictions of your own. And a lot of people in the house will also share their insights and their trade on the go with you. You're going to get common recommendations, so many goodies, and you're also going to get student dashboard with videos that comes with quiz that if you pass, you're going to be certified with a certificate. So all these goodies are what comes from you becoming a Machiavelli traders. Are you bold enough to trade with me? I'm a 125S trader. If you are, and you are interested in learning my strategy and what gives me this boldness to trade this market on a 125 on futures, then come to Machiavelli Traders and you will see for yourself, and you will learn, and you will also grow with me. I am growing every day. I am still learning every day. This is why it's a lifetime access, and you have access to learn with me as I grow. So I'll leave the free channel. I'll leave the link to the free channel where we post free updates for you to know when the access is open. Remember, it will be open in 2 days' time on 3rd January. 3 types of membership: spot traders membership, futures, and staking, depending on your trading style and what you want to achieve. I am here for you. Now, let's break down OGN. Now, according to CoinMarketCap, OGN is currently trading at the price of 0.6193 cents. Totally underrated. Now, the past 24 hours, OGN has lost about 2.88%, right? The total supply of this coin is 1 billion, and the current supply current circulatory supply, the current circulatory supply according to OGN is 398.07 million. That's what is currently approximately being in circulation, approximately. So market cap currently is around 246 million. That's what the market cap is. Like, you can see the total supply here. Now, according to OGN. OGN is a self marketplace. How do I mean it? What do I mean by this? It means that you don't need to go to marketplaces to sell your NFTs. Instead, OGN gives you access to personalize the whole procedure, give you access to your own website, give you access to everything you need to even complete a sell. You only get to pay anything like gas fee when somebody actually buys. You deploy your smart contract, establish providence with your own signature collection on your blockchain, upload your artwork and choose your own sales format. Only pay for minting when something sells. You can customize your website to look how you like, and you're going to have access to sell for free when you convert a portions of your sell to OGN token. Now, the good thing about OGN is this is the team behind OGM. Oh my goodness. The powerful team behind OGN and the investors behind OGM is one you don't want to look over, right? When it comes to the crypto community, the founders tend to be a very good source of publicity and an attraction for investors if the team has a solid team behind it. And if you look closely, I'm talking about George Fresher is a co-founder. He started coding at the age of 10. Prior to Origin, he co-founded three other ventures, companies like Tobit, which was acquired by Walmart, Forage, and as well as EventView. Now, another very important person on this team is Matthew Liu. Now, this is also a co-founder. Now, Matthew is the third PM at YouTube. You know, YouTube is acquired by Google, and VP PM at Wiki, now acquired by Yahoo, and a bonobos acquired by Walmart. You can see these people have experience when it comes to the tech industry. They've worked with giant apps and giant tech industry here. We're talking about YouTube here. We're talking about Google here. And you can look, if you look deeper, you're going to find out that other team members are quite those with experience. This community is see one thing about when it comes to crypto is the team behind the coin. You want to know that first you're not buying a shit coin and you're not buying a shit coin that is built by a shit team. Something that will just collapse the next day. Now, when you talk about the open source, this coin has about 119 contributors. This is quite amazing. Just not like every other coin out here. You can see these people are the mean business. So the team behind OGM makes this coin quite very interesting not to overlook. And they give access to top musicians, top artists, top let's say NFT sell. When it comes to airdrop, if you want to catch the airdrop of NFT airdrops, you can catch them quick through OGN. When you are part of the community, you will be told when there is a new NFT drop that is coming or a new airdrop that is coming. So this is a good advantage. These are one of the top collections that they've sold. These are artists. You can see top artists that have sold their collection through OGN. Now, here they said this is where top creators launch their NFTs. Origin has hosted record breaking NFT sales for top musicians, celebrities, and creators. And they are not hiding it, they are showing you proofs. These are top artists that they have sold through OGN. Remember, the most powerful thing any artist wants is the fact that they will have power over their own product. If you have power over your product, it gives it access for you to determine how things move. Not just any marketplace where you go and put your product and you have to compete with other um artists to sell, right? But when you own your own personal website, you know how to market the website to your own taste and customize things to actually look how you like. This is a lot of advantage, and you can see the creators are really the top creators. If you really go and check, you can see the stories of those who have launched has quite made good sales. Because why? There's less competition. You own your own craft, you own how it's displayed, you own how it is being sold, and you don't get to pay it until somebody mint. The good thing is the link to your website, your URL will be customized to fit your whatever you are offering, right? So these are great advantages that OGN is offering. And let me tell you one thing, the all-time high, because I can't go into the technical aspect if I don't tell you the all-time high and the all-time low, because this is the most important information when it comes to price. The highest price that an OGN has ever hit was around 9 months ago, April 8th, 2021, when it hit the price of $3.39. But oh my goodness, OGN has lost about 81% of that move. And like I said, currently trading at 0.61 cents, 6191 cents approximately, right? So here's the thing. OGN lowest price it has ever hit was around 2 years ago, around 0.1032. Now, with this whole information, I will rather want us to stick to the price now before time runs out on us. So, the thing is, I'm going to go ahead and look at the price, and this is going to be an update to my last analysis. Like I said, you want to go and watch that analysis. So I'm going to start by getting the support and resistance. So these lines you're seeing on my chart are representing points where price gets to and couldn't move further and was forced to either pause for a moment or change direction. Now, when you're talking about resistance, you're talking about when price is moving to the upside and find it difficult to move any longer. Instead, there is a pause in price, and price either continues after the pause or change direction and start going down. Now, resistance are always found when price is going up, and support is the opposite of resistance. They are always found when price is falling. There are points where price gets to and couldn't fall any longer. All of a sudden, there's this invisible point where price could not break down, could not break through, and no matter how many times they try to break it, they find themselves being pushed to either pause for a moment or reverse back up. Now, sometimes a support continues the move to the downside after some certain pause. Now, a good example of such situation is right here, right? At this point, you can see price was going down, it paused, it goes sideways for a while, and it continues to move to the downside. One thing you must have at the back of your mind is that support and resistance will always break. They break and they will always break. That is the point, right? Now, the advantage of support and resistance is that they work. If you understand how they work, then you understand that when a support is broken, that support automatically start acting as resistance, and when a resistance is broken, vice versa. So please, in the background, if you're hearing any echo, there's a church very close to my house, and today is a new year, so obviously there will be a lot of noise at the background, and I do apologize in advance for that. So let's get back into the chat. So I've try to use the Bitcoin gorilla strategy, the box strategy. I'm bringing the box strategy. So the next thing I'm going to do is try to get the support and resistance of that box. Now, see, there are many support and resistance on the way that I can really, because if I start putting these lines everywhere, there'll be too much lines on my chart and I won't be able to trade this chart. So this is why I picked the most important support and resistance. And one of the good reasons why I'm working with the weekly chart is that they help me reduce noise. Now, if I'm trading futures, I always like sticking to 4 hours, but if it's on spot, I like doing my analysis on the weekly chart, keeping me informed, keeping me less worried, keeping me less FOMO, because I have a stronger support and resistance lying on the higher time frame than lower time frame. Now, I'm going to go further to tell you that, yeah, there's a line that was already broken right here. Yeah, so now you must know one thing about this line is I need a minimum of two touches. But wait, I think I can still get another box before I can even draw that line. Let me be honest with myself, because this chart will not be all that good if I don't get that second box. It's going to help me make a better decision. So I know that this second box, I know that there's a resistance right here, and I can actually map it out. I use blue to show that, and I tell you there's a support right here. There's a support right here. And here's the thing, the gist that is happening. I am seeing a previous support already acting as a resistance. This is why you gotta be patient and understand how support and resistance work, right? When you understand how support and resistance work, then you know that when they are broken, there will be a challenge when price returns back to them. So at this point, I have one, I have two, and a PS, and a three, and a break. So a four touches and a break. I take note of that. The reason is I want to see again if I can get a seller's line. Now that's my buyer's line. Now the thing that OGN has done nothing but dump since the time of listing on Binance. Now mind you, this is Binance chart, and every exchange has their own price. So you want to look at the price of the exchange you are trading. Likely Binance is not going to look like Bitmex, and Bitmex is not going to look like Binance. So make sure you are on the right chart and you are on the right exchange. So now that I've gotten this chart, I can tell you that, hey, right now the bias line is zero to me. It's making no sense because especially this current bias line is being destroyed. Instead, it's going to be acting as a resistance now. So what next do I have? The only hope I have right now is the fact that I have a support right here, right? I have a support right here. Even though this is a support for this box, right? This is a support for this box, and this is a support for the bigger box. So note, support for this inner boss, resistance for this inner boss. Resistance for the bigger boss, support for the bigger box. So now that we have note of this, now when I'm explaining, it's going to make more sense. So let's dive to the daily chart because I want to use the daily chart in this analysis to give you a little closer view for the sake for the sake of those who trade daily chart. So I'm going to use daily chart, but our analysis is going to be majorly weekly, but no harm in checking the daily chart. So this is what the daily chart looks like, and it's very clearly what is happening on this chart. What is happening is the fact that this point, which is previously our support, is now being our enemy, is now being OGN enemy, forming a double top. But here's the good news. The good news is this is a demand zone. Now, this previous support area, which was a demand zone, is now a supply zone. This is why price is struggling and having an attack once they get into the area. So you see in the past it was stopping price from falling. Now it is stopping price from moving up. So what do I think is going to happen? Well, here's the thing. Just as this point is a resistance, well, we have a support. This is a strong demand zone, and these bulls are not going to let it fall that easily. You can see them holding back. This is the clear double bottom, right? This is the clear double bottom they just formed here. Now this is daily chart double bottom, telling you that, hey, at worst case scenario, they are going to attack this 0.9 again. They are going to get through this point this time around. When they return, they are going to attack 0.9 to 0.93. Now, when they get to this point, depending on the demand line here, because once they are able to get in, they could make their move to stay on the top of it, right? Once they stay at the top of it, just like they did here and here, they are going to use this point as a point of demand. This point, which is the current point of 0.6 to 0.8, is going to 0.6 to 0.9. 0.6 to 0.9, they are going to, once they make it above that point, they are going to sustain it. So what they will do is they will likely turn this previous, because this is a mini resistance. Now this is a 4 hours resistance. The reason why I say it's 4 hours, I didn't draw it on my chart because I am dealing with higher time frame. But if you're on lower time frame, I do tell you there's a resistance right here, right? You can see the reaction here, here, in the past, here, here, and here, right? So in this area, but remember, is an area. This is why you can't really say it's going to break this price or push price further down. Instead, what I see doing is price attacking this point, and if they're able to stay at the top of it, they will make their way up back to 1.5 area. 1.2 is going to give them a challenge. Remember, our line is very important. But hey, they could go like this and then like this. Now, depending on the supply in this zone, they could attack and try to push further to $2. Depending on the attack from 1.2 to 1.6, they could go further to attack to $2. Now, this is going to happen within March 2022, March 3 months from now, give it 3 months or so at work, they will attack $2. Now I see these bulls getting angry. If they are able to break this sideways, remember this sideways has been on for quite some time. If they are able to break it, expect them to attack $3 again. And this time around, OGN is going to clear $3 and could make a double move to $6. I see that coming. But before that, I'll come and update you to keep you up to date. At worst case scenario, OGN is not going to break 0.4. So at worst case scenario, we go like this. I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. Subscribe if you find my analysis quite interesting. Happy